Okay, this is the recap for My Five Wives, Season 2, Episode 9, What Happens in Vegas, and we have to almost be done, right?
God, I hope.
It's just another episode where they complain about the very aspect of their lifestyle that they live. Like, oh, I don't have a lot of time with my wives. Well, yeah, that's part of being a polygamist, so, like, it seems like unfair. It'd be like if I was complaining about how I only had one husband, and it was the same guy every night. You're like, yeah, that's part of monogamy. So when they're like, oh, I don't get to see my husband very often, and it's really tough when I have to leave my other wives, I go, yeah, that's kind of the polygamous lifestyle, so don't really want to hear a lot about it. So Robyn's idea is she wants to do 2 nights in a row. Now, my first thought was she can totally do 2 nights in a row and then just skip her next turn. So it's not, they're talking about it like either they all have to agree or not, but realistically, they could have it where she has 2 nights, the other 4 wives get their single night, she gets 2 nights, their single night, she gets her 2 nights, and it's the same schedule, and they can even do 2 of them that way, 2 nights, 3, 2 nights, 3. It's either way you work, it's still 20 days. So maybe they should have consulted with me. I could have helped them work out. The ones who want the 2 nights, they could have their thing. Then the other ones could have like a night, and then 3 nights later have another night, and then wait 4 days, and then have another night.
I like a Ferrari.
No, that does.
With that?
No, it does not. Anyway, Rosemary wants to try it because she wants to be supportive of Robyn. Rhonda's like, hey, that could kind of be fun, you know, because she feels the same way that when he's there for one night, it's like you don't want to ruin it by talking about anything serious. And so this is probably why their problems get swept underneath the rug, is that, you know, Paulie's unsure, but she's like a no, but she's like a soft no. And then Noni's like no.
And she's also pregnant.
Yeah, and she wasn't at all like this last season when she wasn't pregnant.
Don't know, didn't watch it. Don't care either.
Yeah, let's just say that I'm not at all surprised. Anyway, they agreed to do it for 2 months. The thing that gets me is that this entire season has been like, hey, we've done it one way for 20 years. Let's start mixing it up. Let's get rid of single dates and make them twofer and mega dates. Let's you know what I mean? Like, John? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
Yeah.
Okay. Rhonda, for her 15th anniversary, because he's decided he can only screw things up so much before he has to actually attempt stuff, he's going to take her to Vegas. So he takes her to Vegas with the most bizarre hotel room I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure there was a naked lady vagina in the background because they had it all blurred out.
I don't know.
It was one of those things that there's huge black and white paintings where you're like, I'm pretty sure that's body parts from somewhere in the body, but I can't tell if it's like an arm, pit, thighs, or boobs. I don't know. They're too big, but it's all blurred out, which made it even worse. So I'm pretty sure it was a lady.
I get that a lot.
Anyway, and then he takes her out to a meal, completely empty. Oh, they sit by a pool with no one else there. Then they go to a restaurant that's completely empty.
And they have reservations, though.
They do have reservations.
Just to make sure.
And then they go out into the world's ugliest limo with a fire pole. It was just.
Fire pole.
A fire pole, yeah.
Pretty sure that wasn't a fire pole.
What did they? Was that it? They just got into a limo? Did they go do anything?
They drove around.
Good surprise.
Put the window down.
Because heaven knows you can never drive around at home.
And then she said she danced around on the pool, but we didn't get to see that.
We didn't get to see that part. But then they went back and Paulie, Rosemary, and Robyn, the only interesting thing in the whole episode was they talked about a little tiny bit while Rhonda was gone and Noni was...
Oh, about leaving the church.
About leaving the church and how... And what it was like, you know, growing up being normal. And I was like, that like 3-minute segment was the only like, oh, can I have more of that? Because that was actually like interesting to me. What it was like when they were growing up, the pressure that they felt so different than the other kids, and what it would be like to feel, you know, normal. And I'm like, well, first off, trust me, everyone feels weird.
At some point.
At some point. No, but I'm saying, like, even as an adult, like, I don't just think, like, oh, it's so great to be normal. It's so easy. Life is a breeze. Like, it's still hard.
Yeah, this year's been just a breeze.
I know. But it was actually really interesting. So if you watch the episode, go to that. They talk also about leaving the church, about how they didn't really discuss it a lot as a family. I guess they discussed it individually with Brady, but they were all kind of scared to discuss it because if, say, 3 of the wives had wanted to stay and 2 of them had to leave, it would have broken their family, obviously. So, but they, like, barely skimmed the surface and then just kept going, and I was like, no. Anyway, Rhonda comes back. They're going to start their 2 nights rotation, probably this next episode. And then Rosemary makes a joke about the pole, sliding down the pole, and everyone's like, oh, that's so inappropriate. And I'm like, you guys all sleep with the same man, so just, like... And they're always making jokes about Brady. Like sexy jokes. So I don't get their attitude. Anyway,
well, he is a sexy beast.
What did you say about his shoes and shorts at the restaurant?
Oh, shoot me if I ever wear shoes like that with shorts.
Okay, so we've got to be getting to the end of the season soon.